right, folks, grab a seat and pour your drink neat as Whiskers and Whiskeys presents Tales of the Trophies, Season 5, Best of the Rest. I'm Mike with EJ. How's it going, pal?
You know what? I was just telling you, I'm pretty exhausted from a very fun weekend and a hard-fought hockey game earlier today. But I'm excited not only for this episode, I'm excited for our plans for this weekend.
Yep.
So trust me, I'm if I sound a little tired, everyone, I'm going to kick out of it probably in about 30 seconds after we talk about not only just the great college football games that happened this last weekend, but also our upcoming weekend endeavor, which is going to be a blast.
I gotta tell you, I'm pretty juiced up just to do the intro again. It's nice, nice to be able to get the gravelly voice back and really welcome everyone onto the pod. And it feels good. It felt good switching places. Being in the being in your seat for a change. It makes me. It really made me have a appreciation for, like, as you go through and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to talk about this stuff. Like it was a lot of fun. And but I am happy to be back doing the intro though. I gotta say I missed it. So happy
the gravelly voice, I just can't quite hit it. I tried to get a sore throat. I really tried to overuse my vocal cords the entire week leading up to it, and I couldn't hit that tone quite like you do.
It's it's a talent, man. I would say.
All right, this weekend, how about which games? So I know some of the games we were both watching at the same time. I was with friends and watching kids, so like I kind of only caught a little bit of things until Miami and Florida, and then zero chance. I stayed up for about 3 drives from Michigan State and USC. Couldn't do it, but also watched Utah. Just not. Well, let's start there. That was big noon kickoff, which didn't do Utah any justice because if it's Rice Eccles at night, no one comes. No one comes away.
One does not simply walk into Rice Eccles Stadium at night, but during the day, I guess you can walk in and just have your way with the place. I mean, and we were talking about this. Like, I texted you, I said, who's the starting quarterback for Texas Tech again? Was it Wally Pipp? Because boy, Hammond looked really, really good. Like there's one play where they kind of like did this. Not a pick play, but it was like a little crosser, and he had the guy going inside wide open, but that wasn't the read. He was already, like, he didn't even look at him. He was looking at the guy going to the corner of the end zone. It was a bad throw. The receiver could have done better getting his body around. But like, other than that, he was pretty perfect. Texas Tech looks really good. Like, they look like a, for sure, top 10 team. Defense was balling out too. That game was wild. Definitely, I thought I actually blame this a little on you because I took the Utes and in our preview I mentioned how high I was on Texas Tech and the Matador Club doing everything they did. You're like, not really sold. But I put this solely on you, EJ. I should have never doubted my Texas Tech Red Raiders. Well, there's a lot of season left for them to make mistakes. Because boy, did they make mistakes last year too. But they look really, really good on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a lot. Well, one, that's fine. That it wasn't that I didn't think Tech had a chance or I thought they were overrated. I think this was the perfect opportunity of one, they were getting a lot of shine and Utah wasn't. And we had talked about that even before the season started, how like kind of sneaky team. And they had proven to that point. I know like they didn't really like play anyone super great, but they still were a very competitive team. It's at Rice Eccles, which was electric even during the day. You could hear the crowd. So it was more of like a show me. So then when it's a show me, I'm going to default to the home team. And I was texting. I mean, it was not, I lost the bet. I lost the pick, but like, I was not mad about it. It was a game where you were like, it was very close. Utah's defense is fantastic, kept them in that game. It was turnovers, but I feel like the turnovers weren't because both teams were bad. It was just like the defenses both were just really making plays, causing havoc. And Then when it just came down to it, Texas Tech, not only did defense just stand strong, but then eventually that offense, the big plays, Caleb Douglas, number 5, how many more jump balls was like plays did he make? They just, and I texted you like, you know what you're going to expect out of the offense, no big deal. Their defense was so bad, and it was just the transfer portal solution, which doesn't always work.
Yeah.
And it's working. And now like it's going to be on them to not have a big letdown, because that was a statement. Like in my eyes, that was very impressive. You went in, you played a very quality opponent in a hard place, and you really beat them pretty like sound.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I came away very impressed with them, and now that really sets up. I mean, obviously it's not a surprise, right? They were one of our top 3s, and you had them in the championship game. I feel like I had them right out just because of some of the questions, but they're right back in. I mean, now they're looking down, the barrel of Arizona State and Texas Tech, which will be a great game.
Yep. Arizona State had a nice win this weekend, walked off with a field goal. What else happened? What happened? Oklahoma Auburn happened as well. That was Auburn, man. I mean, they have everything except for a quarterback. And I guess when you have 3 quarterbacks, you don't have one, because they certainly don't have one right now. And there was the whole thing of like did you see that play that the SEC officiating crew released a statement about?
No, I didn't get to watch any of that game. So I just caught it at the very end when Mateer and co were like celebrating on the field, but I didn't see any of it.
It was, I mean, honestly, I think it was like, so the play itself, the play that I mentioned, the game overall was a pretty good game. Like I feel like that Auburn, again, just poor quarterback play. Like they
Jackson Arnold stinks. There's a reason why he left Oklahoma, right? Like,
or why he was told to leave. Yeah,
right.
But the play in question, Oklahoma had, I forget who it was, like walking off the sidelines, and then he stopped short of the sideline. They snapped the ball, which is a penalty. You can't do that. Like it's supposed to be, because it's you can't use the substitution process to get a team off guard, right? So he stopped short of the sideline, they snapped the ball, and ended up getting a touchdown. The play they did not call it, but it should have been a 15-yard personal foul for that. So that was Oklahoma. I think the biggest takeaway is Oklahoma just looks good. Mateer looks good.
Yeah, they do.
They're pretty legit. I think this year. So
Kurt Signetti, dear Lord. Dear Lord. And that number against Illinois, right? Not 19 Indiana hosting 9 Illinois, just when you thought like you could trust Illinois. Holy hell. And that line went from like 3.5 in favor of the Hoosiers to 6.5 before kickoff, which was interesting. And this was a game where I liked Indiana, but not 6.5 was a ton. Well, when they dropped 63, and it was pretty much done at halftime. So I didn't get to watch that one either, but God damn. Now, are we back? Are we back to just blind betting Signetti because he's gonna just run up the score regardless?
I think so, man. I think we have to at this point. Like that was what I thought with some of because there were some big spreads this weekend, and I thought like for Notre Dame, for example, I was like, let's bet, and that one I think barely covered. Like I think it was 25.5, and they covered 26 or something like that. So Oklahoma, by the way, covered on a safety, which is fantastic. There's a safety at the end of the game, which allowed them to cover, which was nice. Okay. Because they have 5-point lead and then got the safety for 7, but to cover the 6.5. I think blind betting. I think Indiana might be one of those teams that have to start blind betting just because. If Sig can run up the score, he will. I also might start. I was thinking, the fall's got to stop somewhere for Dabo and the Tigers. Like, it certainly has to. And there's a weather delay, so,
At home against Syracuse. You're not even at the Carrier Dome.
I didn't bet it because I was like, the free fall has to stop somewhere. But boy, Uh, Dabo and Clemson are just done. Like, what a his. I mean, Florida State. I was gonna say, was there a team who has had preseason hype and fallen off so quickly? But Florida State also didn't have a quarterback that was a Heisman favorite. I'm not this year's Florida State. I'm talking last year's Florida State, where
like
they just had a terrible
75%
fall off.
returning. Like,
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's what we said. We said this is a Dabo team. You know that. I mean, I have them in my national championship game. I thought about picking them as to win the whole thing, and it's just been an absolute downfall. Like, I can't wait. Dabo's gonna be unhinged this week. He was already unhinged in the post game presser, but he's just gonna keep going nuts, man.
because they asked him before the game started about not like directly before, but like the week leading up.
Yeah.
About like, what if you get fired? Essentially, of course, you love those, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to coach football, like,
Yeah.
regardless of where I'm at. So it was like that was before losing to Syracuse. So like now, if you're Clemson, it's tough. Like you know, you're at a point in your program where, one, the grass isn't always greener, so be careful what you wish for. But at the second part of that is like, you don't also want to lose everything that he has built to this point, right? Like if all of a sudden it starts to become a place where people don't want to go, like, and if you aren't getting, spending a ton on transfer, money and stuff like that, like if I'm them, I'm starting to look at Florida State and now Miami, and it's like, uh-oh, right? Like if Notre Dame, I saw something that said, from Brett McMurphy, that if there's a guarantee that the playoff will be 16 teams, Notre Dame promises they'll join a conference. Because after going 0-2, they're looking down the shit. We got to win games by 50, and can't lose another. But they start the season two games in, and you're done, even in the new playoffs. So because they're not in a conference, so
that's a good point.
Anyway, do they join the ACC? I mean, I don't know, but
I gotta join the Big Ten. I feel like the ACC, they would just run rough shot over anyone.
They should join the Big Ten, but
as we've discussed,
the bad blood is still there lingering. The Big Ten would be like, oh, you want to come here, huh?
Yeah. Well, then, but you just win it. You just go win the Big Ten.
Yeah. Look at Oregon.
No, I speaking of Miami, I mean they just that was a game where I stayed away because I was like, like when Billy Napier's back was against the wall last year, Florida played their best football. Miami trounced them last year, embarrassed them at home. One thing I didn't realize, for those who didn't watch, Miami won. They handled the Gators. Carson Beck continues to look very, very good somehow, some way. He really shouldn't. All things considered, that man should not be as good as football as he is. Miami has 8 home games this year. Did you know that?
No.
That's a lot of home games.
Yeah.
They don't even leave the state of Florida until November.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise. I mean, that's the playbook that Michigan and Ohio State like to do too, like where they obviously
how you schedule 8 home, like that's crazy.
Yeah, and like you said, and then some of these road games are in state. So
don't leave until freaking November, man. That's
so. This game was an interesting one for me because it was a slugfest, right? I mean, 13-7 going into the fourth quarter, and it was just like attrition for Miami. Obviously, Florida has a very good defense throughout all of this, and it's just kind of a shame because the Lagway's lack of development is probably going to be the nail. Like beyond losing 1-3, I mean Napier's probably done now, but like I think that was the big piece, right? You have an elite defense and you're supposed to have this elite talent at quarterback, and it's just not happening. And I came away with that. Like, honestly, I wasn't overly impressed with Miami on offense, really, especially back. But what I can say, and like my biggest takeaway with Miami is Cristobal, and it's not a surprise, but Cristobal, I think, has made his team Cristobal proof. The defensive line and the offensive line are so good that everyone else, including the coach, just has to be average. and
Yeah.
they will win a lot of games.
Yeah.
And honestly, they're probably one of the like the way that Bane and that defensive line just like can get to you with four. The offensive line is
Oh
just
my God.
pushing
I was gonna
people
say the
around.
offensive line's like
Right.
dogs. I mean,
So
just
you
absolute
add those two
dogs.
combos and you start looking like even if Cristobal makes a mistake or is overly conservative XYZ, like those two pieces can make up for that.
Yes, yes, they can. I mean, and I think that's part of the reason why Carson Beck's able to have the success he is. Obviously, is because he's got that lot. Like you can run the ball as much as you want. You can give Beck protection.
Like his box score, 17 for 30, 160, and an interception. And I mean, it got a little dicey at the beginning of the fourth because it was like, shoot, you've played so well and you've really, been the better
Yeah,
team, but you're one DB falling down away from being behind.
it just
Um,
yeah. I will say the game just never felt like it was in doubt for me.
no,
You know,
I feel like again, I think there were a couple drives in the fourth where you're like, I don't know, man.
yeah,
If Lagway just lobs it up and someone falls down, they're gonna be super pissed.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then it was just kind of attrition, right? Then it was just like that. It was too much D line, it was too much O line, and they just kind of wore Florida out at the end. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Miami coast, so they have to go to Florida State, and then it's like Louisville at home, Stanford at home, SMU on the road, Syracuse at home, NC State at home, at Virginia Tech. Honestly, at Pitt is probably one of the scariest games. Last game of the year, Pitt's good for, fucking someone up. And yeah, I don't know. But then I start to think about all these other teams, and I don't know that I think watching these games being played, I don't know that Miami looks that much behind anyone in the SEC or in the Big Ten right now. Like
No,
these guys are
no.
actually legitimately contenders.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. No, they look quite strong,
Yeah.
quite strong.
Yeah. And anything any other games? Let's see here. I'm looking through
Well, I mean, we had a couple good rivalry games. So the Apple
did.
Cup was played, not and then the Iron Skillet, probably the most notable one, given that it's the last one. They said forever, but we'll see. But yeah, it's
They better
coming
not.
coming home to Abilene. So right, TCU's in Abilene.
No. Yeah, no.
Where's
Fort
TCU
Worth?
at?
I think it's Fort Worth.
Fort Worth. Okay.
And then SMU is Dallas. I mean, they're
It,
obviously Fort Worth and Dallas are close to each other, but is SMU Houston?
SMU is Dallas.
Okay.
Fort
TCU
Worth.
is
Yeah,
Fort
TCU is
Worth, yeah.
Fort Worth. Right, right, right. Okay.
Yeah, so they're close.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't watch that one. But I didn't watch I saw the highlights of both those games. So
See, yeah, I don't buy that they won't play each other because I know it's the SEC has changed their rules, but I feel like especially when it comes to SEC doing that to really bolster, trying to play the strength of schedule, game with the committee. I mean, the only thing, the good thing about that is that's going to then have, especially if you're like in the ACC, right? Like, and even in the Big 12, like, yeah, you're going to have a hard time winning that argument against Big 10, even if it's narrative driven. You're still going to have a hard time beating that out, especially now with those changes. So.
yeah.
And if you're going to schedule something, you might as well schedule your rival, right? Like,
Yeah.
come on. In state, you don't have a lot of travel. It's not like you're going across the country, especially if you're SMU. You're already going to the East Coast so many goddamn times. You'd probably want a game
Yeah.
that's 10 miles away.
Yeah. Yeah. The only other game that is probably worth noting that I didn't watch because I didn't want to stay up that late was Cal lost 34-0 to San Diego State. And I tried figuring out what happened. Looked like a lot of bad luck for the Golden Bears, but I was really looking forward to the revival of the Calgorithm. Good success banging them the past couple weeks, and then
I think we just got to stick
did
with them
not
at
see.
home. A
Did
true
not
freshman on the road, especially a true
Yeah.
freshman that has no running game, and he has to sling it even against bad teams. So I think it was. Did I expect that? Absolutely not. But I was a bit nervous of just a freshman on the road, a true
Yeah.
freshman on the road.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be like I said, especially when they're at home, and if they can pull some people having to go across the country or even like
Yeah.
in the middle. I think they're going to be solid, but I'll
Yeah.
probably won't bet them on the road.
Yeah. That was a little disappointing to wake up
No,
to. I was like, ah, man. But
eh,
it's what it is.
this is what it is. Kind of have to do something. I feel like now that we're 4 weeks in, I feel like we probably finally have a good read on some of these teams, right?
Yeah.
Those first couple of weeks, it's a crapshoot, right? It's
Yeah.
just all projections, and you need them to actually play out a few games, play out a few conference games, or at least one conference game to really see what teams look like. So I feel like now we have some pretty good data.
Yeah. We know who they are now at this point. We'll see. We'll see how the betting goes, though. Now it's just on these college kids to do the right thing. So,
Yeah, we're making the right picks. They
yeah,
just need to
just
like
do
play
the
better.
right thing.
Okay. Anything else from the weekend?
Nah, man, that's it for me.
Okay. Guys, we talked about it last week. We're going to talk about it this week, but with an update. So we are going to have our Clash of the Creameries tailgate at the Whiteout, Penn State, lot 41. This weekend, this Saturday, it's a 7:30 game, NBC, and we just found out yesterday, that College Game Day is coming to State College. And boy, if they put it where they've done it in the past, it is going to be right next to our tailgate. So if you guys are in the area going to the game, swing by. I mean, you're obviously going to go to get the game day stage, right? We're likely going to be very close to that. Swing by, come say hi. We'll have some signs to guide the way. Don't worry, you'll be able to find us. But what are the odds? Man?
I just
Georgia, Alabama.
I just couldn't believe it. Like when they dropped that announcement. We had a thought, we had an idea that it could be. Yeah, there was a possibility. And then, to your point, yeah. If had Alabama not lost to Florida State, they may have gone to Georgia, Alabama. But they're coming to our city, and I just could not be happier about this outcome. And really looking forward to it, man.
I mean, it just checks off so many lists. So it's actually funny. I didn't even share this with you. I was going to. I don't know why I did this, but I created a list of the top 10 like college football places I'd want to go, right? Like to games or locations, stadiums that I'd want to go. And on my list was Penn State, but it specifically said Whiteout. And this was like, I created this a couple years ago, well before we had ever like even considered going to a Whiteout game, let alone, trying to have a tailgate at one for the podcast. But it was just like, not only did I just look at that, and it was pretty cool to kind of look at my checklist, because it was like Autzen was on there before, and Corvallis was on there before, I had planned that trip. And now you have the Whiteout, and then one, it's not a location, but the idea that I'm going to get to see a game day, like I never really thought that either, right? Because most of the time it's down south, right? So it's nowhere near where we're at. So it's just kind of like a perfect storm.
That makes me wonder, what is the farthest north game day has ever been? I wonder that.
Did they do it at the Brawl for the Wild? Is it the Brawl?
Yeah, but I mean, Seattle, they've been to Washington, so
okay,
farther north.
Yeah, it's probably Washington. Right?
They've been to South Dakota, North Dakota. I don't know the location. I think they were at North Dakota State.
Okay,
so that's curious.
Yeah, it's just like for the listeners, it's not that they don't, right? It's always dependent on like the hot team, a popular team. Obviously, you're going to have the Blue Bloods and a few of the annual rivalries and games being played that they're going to go to on a yearly basis, depending on the schedule. But
Michigan is the farthest north. Ann Arbor.
There's no way that is further north than Washington.
It is. It is. Boy, going through all the
Has
seasons here.
Michigan State never gotten a game day? See, that doesn't sound right either. They had to have had that, and they're further north. No,
Let's see.
no, there's no chance. Ann
Okay,
Arbor.
so they're probably wrong because they
Yeah.
have been to East Lansing. Yep, they have been to East Lansing.
So I think you're right. I think if you're looking at a map, which I am, I think it's called Minot. Is that where? Is that the city? But I'm pretty sure, is that where North Dakota State is at? North Dakota State Seriously? Thank you.
So East Lansing's further north than Ann Arbor, though. Correct.
Yes, 100%. Oh, this is actually not anywhere near where I thought it was. This is on the border. Oh, it's in Fargo. Duh. Oh, the Fargo Dome. I should know that. Honestly, it's gotta be Seattle because Fargo is definitely further south than Seattle. Is not by much. It's probably like 10 mile. Like if you're drawing a line straight across, it's probably like 10 miles. But it's Boise. No, Boise's further.
No.
Oh, you know what? Where's Pullman?
The only thing I can think of is some strange, like obscure, like if they went to some obscure game.
No, Pullman's further south too. Yeah, even like if it was Wazoo, it's further south than Wazoo, or further north. Seattle's further north than Pullman.
Oh yeah, I mean Seattle has to be further north than yeah.
Yeah, it's probably got to be Seattle. But anyway, it's not that like they're always down in the South, but I'd say the heavy majority because it's usually SEC schools, and even if it's a new popular at like Missouri and stuff like that, there aren't very many college football places around Pittsburgh and around us, or even in like Virginia. It was even sparser because Virginia Tech's not been any good. UVA is not a football school, so they're never hosting. Maryland's never hosting game day because they're not any good. So for us, it's okay. Columbus, right? That's not too much further west of us. It's been a long time since the Mountaineers have been good enough for that, right? So Pitt obviously hasn't been good enough either. So it's Penn State, and so for us to just have the stars align, it's super exciting. I can't believe it's already here.
Yeah, pretty special, man. Pretty special.
So check it out. We are definitely going to remind everyone again in the middle of the week about this tailgate, but we're excited. Please, if you are going to be in the area, going to the game, swing by, say hi.
Yeah, hit us up.
We'll have beverages. We'll have ice cream. We'll have potentially Jello shots. We might have lots of things.
All the good stuff. All the
TV. We're gonna try. We're gonna have game day on while game day's in the background. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to get to this trophy?
Let's do it. Let's dive in.
All right, today we are talking about the Little Brown Stein, and this is a game played between the University of Idaho Vandals and the University of Montana Grizzlies. The fact that you don't have your hat on is disappointing.
I know. I should. Oh.
Is it back there?
Yeah.
There she is.
There she is.
Let's plop her on.
There we go.
This actually made me super like
go Grizz.
Happy to talk about two schools like this. So what are your guesses? Do you know what the Little Brown Stein looks like?
No, I don't. Okay.
It's pretty descriptive in its name. So
I'm just debating: is this? I think it's just a Stein. I don't think it's because as we saw last week, like there's times where some type of vessel is on top of a trophy base. You know what, man? No, I'm hoping Montana, Idaho. I'm hoping this is just a plain old Brown Stein, like similar to the little brown jug. You just put some markings on it. of who wins. It's just a ceramic mug. It's brown, and it's just a nice stein that the winning team gets to have a nice cool beverage out of. Many beverages if it's
Yes.
a stein. So maybe it has a little flippy lid,
Okay.
one of the little flippy guys. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's first talk about the history of the rivalry. So the first matchup was in 1903. Idaho won 28 to nothing, and Idaho won 7 of the first 10 and won 21 of the first 30 games.
Whoa.
Yes. But the Grizz have won 12 of the last 15, but it's not enough to overcome those early days in the rivalry. So Idaho leads the series 56 wins to 31 losses to 2 ties. Which is pretty surprising because, like, especially recently, you think Montana, because both Montana and Montana State have been FCS, at the top of FCS recently.
Yeah, I would have expected a more even split there amongst the rivalry. Yeah. But the recent trend of the Grizz, that makes sense to me. So
let's do our small school spotlight, and this is where we thrive here, right? Like this is the small towns. Do you know where? We're going to start with Idaho. Do you know what city the University of Idaho is located in?
I mean, Boise's I think the only city in Idaho that I know. So
okay.
Yeah, sure. I assume not in Boise.
It is not in Boise.
Yeah. I don't know.
It is in a little place called Moscow.
Moscow, okay.
Moscow, right. Idaho. And this actually made me it warmed my heart hearing this. Do you know what region? So if we're in Moscow, Idaho, what region is Moscow, Idaho in?
Like if I'm looking at the state of Idaho?
The part of the country. So they are in a distinct region in the country.
Distinct region
that only gets associated with one university, and there's more than one university in this region.
I don't know.
Think about what other schools are close to Idaho.
What other school? Well, is it in the Cascades?
Or no, close.
Rockies?
You're barking up the right tree. Where is Wazoo located?
Washington State. They're when
you're always when you're going to Pullman, people always say Pullman, you're going out to the Palouse.
The Palouse.
Moscow, Idaho is also the Palouse is not just Eastern Washington. It extends into Idaho, and that region is actually part of the Palouse.
Okay, all right.
No, the more you know, it warmed my heart. I was like, you know what? I love that.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've been able to talk about the Palouse.
Yeah.
So they also have a Hello Walk and a Presidential Grove. So they have like a beloved campus path called the Hello Walk, and it includes a Presidential Grove. And I tried to get a good picture of it, but they only had like the entrance to it. But it's kind of what you would expect, just a bunch of trees, like planted trees lining a path. But the trees were planted by famous people, including presidents, including Teddy Roosevelt was one of the individuals that has actually planted some of those trees.
Love Teddy.
So I think it's one of those like on freshman tours and stuff like that, or even like high school kids coming to tour campus. That's one of the places they take them. And I tried to find a good picture, guys, and I just couldn't find one. Other thing, they have a steam plant and heated walkways. So dating back to 1926, the steam plant there burns wood chips, and that offers campus-wide steam heat that keeps their walkways cleared of ice during the winter.
Probably pretty important in Moscow, in Russia or Idaho. Either way, you're gonna need that.
And the other thing that I thought was really, really cool, we have a picture for it, is the Vandals play inside a very unique stadium called the Kibbe Dome, and it's a wood-arched indoor stadium And it's just because of like the acoustics of it, of the wood that it's created out of. It's very loud. It holds about 16,000, but because it's not only enclosed but it's wood, it really amplifies the noise. So scroll down and take a look at this
Oh
beauty.
man. Oh man, that's cool. So there's a big like there's a bunch of windows on the ends of
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it looks like it's even oh man, that's really cool. Yeah, all the wood beams the couple wood beams going across. That's beautiful. That's a
It
really
is.
nice stadium. I was just say 16,000. I mean, it definitely feels small. Like, it's like just bleacher seating. At least the section I'm looking at, it looks like across the way is also bleacher seating. They do have a nice little
Yeah.
press box in there.
Mhm.
Um, that is a nice looking little stadium.
Yeah, I thought it just like there aren't too many schools that we cover that has like a wooden dome as their home. Football, I think multiple sports. I'm not sure if basketball. I think basketball might be played in there too. A few different things, but I feel
Really?
like that would be kind of a unique place to catch a game because one, I think they were probably right to right size it at 16,000, right? But
Yeah.
the fact that it is enclosed, I think actually makes it a really good home field advantage, especially for the level of schools that they're playing against.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Wow. That is super intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I would definitely like to see a game there. It reminds me a little bit of like um well, not really. I was gonna say it reminds me a little bit of the Fargo Dome, but that's just because inside and small
Yeah.
ish. But yeah,
Smallish. Okay. Transition into Montana.
yeah,
So this is not going to surprise you, and this is really going to just be a checklist of why this needs to. Not that we don't want to, of course we want to, but the next couple things that are going to come down here are going to really force us to go, and not only just go see that rivalry game, but we have to go see it. At the University of Montana because truthfully the Montana State one didn't look nearly as
yeah,
nice. But
yeah.
this is going to surprise you, but this campus has been recognized for its beauty. So in 2009, the University of Montana was named one of the most beautiful college campuses in America. And it's a few different things. There's a park, park like oval that is on campus. They also have the oval is what it's called, and it's called that because of its shape of an oval, but it's like an area on campus. And I think I have a picture of it. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't include that. They also have a mountain backdrop, which is really cool, and it's integrated really well with the downtown Missoula because that's where the university is located. So
Yeah.
let's see here. Why did I click this? Oh, this link actually, did I? Uh-uh. I think I got rid of that link for you. I did. Um, let me,
Drop it in the chat. I can pull it up.
yeah, let me drop it here in the chat. It's just, I think I included this because it does have an image of the oval. That's why I did that, but then I removed it from your show notes. So that kind of defeated the purpose. Here you go. And these pictures were Destination Missoula. So they had a few pictures of the university because of
Oh,
an article written about how beautiful it
oh
looks.
man. In
Yeah.
the winter with all the snow covering the trees, fall, just like all the blend of like green. Oh man, green and yellow. And, oh man, the little rainbow.
So that leading up
Springtime.
to that
That's the
Hogwarts
oval.
castle, that's the oval.
That's the oval.
Mhm.
Gosh, it's gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, even with the tough winters, I can see why you'd want to be here.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's beautiful. Yeah, it looks like well, are you gonna talk about the stadium a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll wait.
Next, a pretty interesting fact was the Maureen and Mike Mansfield Library. So that was completed in 1978 and named after the alumnus and U.S. Senator Majority Leader Mike Mansfield. And the library houses over 1.5 million volumes, rare manuscripts, and some of the earliest authorized editions of the Lewis and Clark journals, which is pretty
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
Nice. That's very cool.
The campus also has the Payne Family Native American Center. So this is the first facility in the U.S. built exclusively for a Native American Studies department and an Indian student services. Built in 2010, it features symbolic architecture, including a 12-sided rotunda for the 12 Montana tribes that are present there, as well as native plant gardens and a the materials there are sustainably sourced as well. So pretty cool little center.
Everything I've seen watching Yellowstone, that tracks.
And then the Grizzlies play their home football games at the Washington Grizzlies Stadium. And it has been around since 1986. And this stadium seats over 25,000 people and is the largest in Montana and in the Big Sky Conference. And then you can kind of describe I dropped the picture there just because the backdrop.
Yeah, look, and if you've been on Twitter this past week, right? There was went kind of viral, like someone posting it's like a video of like all these AI generated stadiums, right? And there's ones for like all the pros, and then they did a couple college teams too. And like the thing about like Montana Stadium is that like it is what the AI generated stadium should look like for the University of Montana. Like you've got the big mountains in the background, like it's real, like the stadium is right at the base of a mountain, and it's just gorgeous, man. Like it's so freaking beautiful. Like and they really pack them in there. I mean, 16,000. It looks like it holds more than that.
This is 25,000.
Sorry, 25,000. Yeah,
16 was Idaho.
Right. Okay. 25. So it looks like 25,000. And boy, I mean, it's a bowl. It's a bowl, and then they have some actually. It looks like they add some seating for like a press box and stuff, and it's just beautiful, dude. I mean, it really does look nice. It's like I said, it's the AI generated stadium. They just built it, which is just so awesome.
Some game day traditions is they have their fight song. They sing "Up with Montana" is their fight song at kickoff, touchdowns, and post game. They also fire cannons after every touchdown, which can be heard echoing throughout Missoula. And also their mascot, Monty, is a nationally recognized mascot, and he was enshrined in the Mascot Hall of Fame because of not only just what he looks like, but how he entertains the crowd here. And again, I'm sorry, I neglected to keep some links in, but why don't you tell people a little bit about his entrance into the stadium?
It is gonna make me log into Instagram, which I can't do right now. Is there? Oh, let me see.
If I share my screen, I can pull it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, it's probably gonna ask for your permission. Yes, I sent the request.
Oh, there you go. I was trying to look at myself.
Okay, so when we share, let's share this. All right. Yeah, so you can already see like
he's got on an American flag bandana with Monty on it. The guy's doing backflip. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, he comes in a Humvee. He comes in a Humvee. He's doing backflips off. Wow. He is very acrobatic. He's wearing fatigues in this one.
yeah.
And he is definitely a tactical bear. I mean, truth be told, like bears are one of the most amazing animals that the good Lord ever created. Oh boy, he comes in. What is that? He's coming in a quad. There's one where he's in a Humvee. He's in a sports car. Um, my goodness, yeah. I mean, Bears. I was gonna say Bears. Definitely. The cool thing about them. Oh my gosh, he's doing an alley oop. This guy's. What can't he do?
Yeah, yeah. There's a reason why this guy earned his spot in the Hall of Fame.
Dude, if like they need a player, they should just like if the Grizz are ever down, they should just let Monty suit up. Just toss some pads, short pads on him. Oh my gosh, he does a full backflip off the stand. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. He's impressive. So yeah, he's known for his motorcycle entrances as well. Motorcycle, any motorized vehicle coming on, the stunts that he does. Mike was describing backflips, somersaults. A very, very athletic gymnast, clearly, and just the crowd interactions. Right, he actually gets the people going.
Monty gets the people going. Holy smokes, man! With American flag bandana that says Monty on it, dude.
Yeah,
he brings the heat. He can go toe to toe with any of them.
Yeah. You don't get in the Hall of Fame for nothing, especially in the Hall of Fame from an FCS school, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You've earned it getting there.
Yeah.
Two other quick things here. They do the Charge of the Grizz. This is the entrance. That's what they call the entrance from the team into the game, often with fireworks or smoke. And then also a tradition that they have is they touch the Grizzlies statue. So players touch a bronze statue outside of the I think it's basketball arena as they're walking into the football stadium.
Gotcha.
Okay, getting back to the rivalry. So like I had mentioned, the first matchup was played in 1903. With Idaho winning that inaugural game. The rivalry would be played regularly until about 2004, when it paused until 2017, and this was largely just due to Idaho's shifts in conference and division statuses, and Montana kept the trophy during that hiatus. So why don't you scroll down and tell the people what this bad boy looks like?
Oh yeah, perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. It's what I said it would be. It is a little Brown Stein. It's wooden, not ceramic though. So I guess I'll check myself on that one. And yeah, it was. It goes by streak. So it lists Montana. When Montana wins, it says Montana in silver paint with the years that they won. And then when Idaho wins, it's yellow paint, Idaho in the years that they won. It goes by streaks. It doesn't give the score. But like, for example, Montana won in 69 and 70. So it says Montana 1969, 70. Then Idaho 71, 72, 73. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what you want. It's a little wooden Stein. It does have a little top on it. It's not the flippy handle, but it's a top that you can take on and off. And there's even in gold letters, the little Brown Stein. Just real small font. Yeah, this is great. Oh, it's a sizable Stein though. Like, yeah. I mean, it's pretty big. Like, there's pictures of the players holding it, and it's like it's the size of like a big igloo jug.
Yep.
You know, the old school igloo jugs.
Yep.
Yeah. This is awesome. This rips. This is it's perfect. It's everything I wanted it to be.
So according to Montana's website, the Little Brown Stein was introduced in 1938 during the rivalry's 25th meeting. It was the brainchild of a University of Montana student newspaper writer, John T. Campbell. And guess how much it cost back in 1938 to create that bad boy?
Like a nickel?
They're classy up in Montana.
Oh, they're $2.
Higher.
In 1938, $5.
Higher.
$10?
Higher.
$100.
$25.
I was gonna say like
$100.
$25 in 1938.
Yeah, for the material, I assume, because it was probably the material and labor. So it was materials and labor because it was crafted by a local carpenters.
$574.43 today.
So think about like a carpenter carving that like out of making if it said it was crafted by a local carpenter, there wasn't a ton of information, but I assume that really means he probably just had like a slab of wood that he hand etched. So I mean, I feel like
$574, EJ.
yeah, I mean, look at that thing though. It's like
It's
beautiful.
nice, but I wouldn't pay $574 for it. For the little Brown Stein, I would pay more than that. But for a Stein just like that, $574, no chance. It is huge though. I mean, it's very big, but no. Pay
In
$500
that first year, Idaho claimed the trophy with a 19-6 victory in Missoula. And the trophy's playful beer stein form quickly became a source of kind of locker room jokes, as you would expect. Montana players in the 1940s reportedly said, "Better to drink from it than to look at it," when they took it. And then in the 1970s, the Stein kind of went back and forth. It's hilarious that you picked. I guess it's the picture that was kind of drew your eye, but there was a decent amount of back and forth between the schools in the 70s. And fans on both sides recalled the trophy being paraded around local taverns after the games.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes, as it should be.
And I will say, stories have circulated that the winning team's players would actually drink from the Stein, although those seem to be legend, and there was no one that could confirm it.
Well, that probably makes sense. So,
yeah, unfortunately, again, this is one of those situations where details are a bit sparse. So that's all I got for you when it comes.
yeah,
to
but it's I can make up the rest. Like I can fill in the gaps here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's perfect. That's great. Yeah. All right. Should we do play our game then?
Yes.
All right. Let's play our game. Stop when you see a better trophy.
Okay.
First up, the Bayou Bucket.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
it's been a while. So
it has been a minute.
to remind people, this is the intercity rivalry between Rice University and the University of Houston, and this trophy has a wooden base, and it has like the columns that look like a normal trophy that you'd get at like a store or whatever, like a kid's store, where you have like it's kind of cut out, right, so you can put your hands in to hold it. The columns that go up, it's all wooden. It has a plaque that has the Rice University UH, and it has figures, the football figures on each corner of the four corners of the base, and then that all heads up to the bucket on top, the bronze looking bucket. Gotta say, I do like the little Brown Stein a little bit more.
I really like the Stein. Yes, agreed. The next one, the beer barrel. We talked about Stein. Let's talk about how you fill it. Beer barrel.
Yes, and if I remember correctly, the barrel's not in existence anymore, right?
No longer exists.
Tennessee versus Kentucky. It should be Peyton Manning. Beautiful picture.
Yeah.
I feel like these two are very close to each other in just like vibes, right?
Yeah.
Like you just have this very plain just barrel that has colors of both schools, and that's all you need, right?
Yeah.
And it's a great size. Stein is just like it's a little Brown Stein, although it's bigger than most Steins. But I'm still gonna have to stay Little Brown Stein, especially since it's still in circulation.
Same. Yes. They didn't let the libs take this one from us. Next up, a trophy that was played for this weekend, the Apple Cup.
Yeah, I was looking at this one recently. Washington against Wazoo. It's great. It's unique that in the sense that it is an apple, like that it has the ties to the state. It's unique because there aren't any others. But I feel like the trophy itself, like it's too
Big
trophy-ish,
Yeah,
right?
Big letdown. Yeah. Big letdown. Yeah.
So yeah, still gonna keep going.
Okay. The last one, also kitchenware themed, and also played for this weekend for the last time, as we already discussed, the Iron
No.
Skillet. Yes, yeah, yeah, tough one here for sure.
So again, so the skillet itself is just so iconic.
Yep,
And it's unique in a hilarious way, right?
yeah,
It's a skillet for God's sakes.
yeah,
Also very historic. You know what? It's one this is where I kind of get stuck because I think I like what the Stein looks like better, but I think like the Iron Skillet is just so iconic.
yeah.
That I feel, and then again, maybe it's just because two small schools they don't get enough shine. Maybe these games and this rivalry has more of an impact. It didn't come up in the research. I didn't go super digging to see how many times, and it's honestly probably just because it's FCS, so someone just hasn't written it. And now that I say this out loud, I probably should have taken the time to see if it was like me, like at the FCS level, are these matchups like a loser gets knocked out of their bracket, doesn't get a chance to go to the playoff, or the winner usually is the national champion, et cetera, et cetera. So, but I will say because of this, I'm probably going to stick to the skillet, but it's probably pretty close. I think I like what the Stein looks like better.
Yeah, for me, the Stein clears.
Okay.
I do like the Iron Skill quite a bit, but like, um, there's something just so endearing about the Stein, man. I mean,
There is, yeah.
it's just huge. It's awesome, and I feel like this is more well. I think it hurts a little bit that SMU and TCU are not going to play anymore. So yeah, so I'm going with the Stein. It clears for me.
All right. Well, the one thing that I didn't go back and look at was the details about the game, which is
It will be
coming
played
up.
this Saturday in Moscow.
They do. Okay, good. That's what I was just pulling up. So they do play. This I couldn't tell you where it's going to be on TV.
Okay.
Potentially ESPN Plus. I feel like that would probably be a spot where you could watch it. But yes, this game will be played. Oh, a nice little appetizer for us. Maybe you know what? We might be able to catch this probably second half when we get home. Right? Like it's a 10:15 kickoff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we'll be able to catch
second half
that.
of that. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah. That'll be a nice little nightcap
Yeah,
for us.
There we go.
But yeah, so this game will be played this Saturday, 10:15. Like Mike said, it's going to be played out in Missoula. So then, honestly, guys, if you're up, tune in. Throw it on. Hopefully, it's on ESPN Plus. You'll be able to see what we're talking about with the stadium and just really how scenic it is. And I had like a note here to talk about the spread, but I don't know that we're gonna get that. Although I feel like FanDuel actually might have like those smaller schools.
Might have the spreads.
Yeah. Let's see here. Futures, Heisman. It's not looking good here. No, I can't find it, and I don't want to sit here and take up too much time trying to. But yeah, regardless, what are the let's see here. I can tell you what the records are, so at least you kind of know what type of game here. If it's going to be, 0-3 against 0-3, that's not going to be fun. But looks like the Grizz are 3-0 and have been okay. So they walloped a school. They played North Dakota, won by 1, and then they walloped Indiana State. So they are 3-0 going into this contest, and Idaho is. Let's see here. So they are 2-2. So they lost a close one in Wazoo. They beat St. Thomas of Minnesota, beat Utah Tech, and then this last weekend lost a close one at San Jose State. So, yeah, so it should be
Should be a good game.
Should be another competitive game. It looks like potentially Montana's already had their bye, so that could factor into it. Okay, but their bye was earlier. Interesting. Oh, they didn't play the first week. That's what the difference is. But yeah, anyway, should be a great game. So you guys should tune in. We'll very likely tune in. So
yeah.
Okay, that's going to do it for us this week. Follow us on Instagram at whiskers.whiskies. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, come hang out with us this weekend. If you are in State College, if you are anywhere just kind of near it and you're going to just travel because it's game day, even if you don't have a ticket for the game, regardless, look for our signs. We're going to have some college game day-esque signs, pointing the spot. Come get some free ice cream. Tell us which one's better, Tillamook, Berkey. It's going to just be a great time. So come check it out. And then join us next week. Not only will we have a lot to talk about coming out of our tailgate, but we're also going to take you down a different path. We're going to do a different journey with a new segment that we are calling Beyond Bragging Rights. So for Mike, I'm EJ. Always remember, too much of anything is bad, but too much good whiskey is barely enough.
Cheers, boys.